All right, let's start off talking a little bit about double stops. Now, they're one of my favorite things to play, but what exactly do we mean when we say double stops? Well, basically, you're talking about two notes at the same time, right? So we've all heard Chuck Berry do the whatever. Two notes, minor, major, dominant seven. It's all the same, double stops, two notes. Now, a lot of my double stop usage is informed by Chuck Berry, but also informed by other rhythm guitar players that I used to listen to. Guys like Steve Cropper, like Cornell Dupree. Well, Steve would spread the double stops apart, sometimes skipping strings, which we've all heard. Right? And Cornell Dupree would play double stops like this. Jimi Hendrix would play those too. That's a double stop. So what I like the best about double stops, besides just how great they sound on their own, I use them very rhythmically. I use them to subdivide the groove, to subdivide the beat. I break things up. So you'll hear me play things a lot of times like... or even so right there I'm turning the beat around, I'm crossing bar lines, I'm using double stops in a cool way. But there's so many things you can do. They don't have to be right next to each other. They don't have to be even spread out across the string. They could be things like this. Right? So right there, I'm basically keeping the top note. Same thing here. So, man, it's kind of endless what you can do with double stops. You can do things like chromatic double stops. We've all heard this one. So, I mean, they're just an incredible tool. All right, so for this double stop lick, what I want to do is have a lick that moves between two different double stops. We're going to focus on this major one, and then we're going to slide up to this one, which is like a seventh, a dominant chord. And it basically has the fifth and the flat seven. Up next, we're going to pull up a track, and I'm going to play it for you over the track so you can feel how it sits in time and against the groove, and then we'll work on it together.
Going to dive into some double stop and actually triple stop in the variations bends here. So these are bends where you're having two notes being played at once. Only one is actually being bent in most cases, but you do have to fret the other note. So the idea is that we have, usually on the E string, a note that's not being bent, while on the B, we have a note being bent. There it was a whole step. So it really is the same as playing this, where 10th fret on the E string, and then 12th fret on the B. If you listen to that, what I'm doing with a bend is still playing the 10th fret on the E, but now bending the 10th fret on the B, a whole step. And it just gets that slightly different sound. When we go into touch and feel, a lot of this is about being able to play the same notes but play them in a slightly different way. So instead of, we have, it's something you hear a lot in many genres. Obviously, country is a big one, but also in rock and blues rock, more on the rock side, I'd say Slash is a great example of someone who uses these to great effect. So what we're going to do is take a little lick here where we take that same bend I just showed you, so 10th fret on the high E string, I play that with my pinky so that I can bend the 10th fret on the B with my third finger, a whole step. And for this, you can either use fingers or pick. And then I'm going to finish off the lick. Just a half step bend at that 10th fret of the B, 8th fret on the B, and ending on the 9th fret of the G. So all together. And over this track, we're going to trade fours, where I'll play it over the 1 chord, you'll play it over the 4, I'll play it over the 5. It's 12-bar blues, so we're going to use it in very much a blues rock, kind of rocking blues backing track, and try it over there. So here, first of all, I'll of course play it for you, and then we'll start trading together.
I want to talk about some double stop bends. Well, what I'm talking about is bends where I bend 2 notes, the equal value across the pitches. So usually I will do these on the B and G string. I've definitely heard Robert Cray do the type of stuff that I'm going to show you. I think I've heard him do 2 whole step bends together like that. I've definitely heard him play with the kind of idea of vibrato and intensity and tone as I'm going to go for. To do these kind of bends in tune, double stop bends, you have to acclimate yourself to, the ratio of how much pressure, how much power do I got to put behind each bend on which string to get to the desired pitch. So that's the tricky part. That's the part that takes a lot of practice, and that's the part that's gonna sound pretty bad until you kind of get a hang of it. The lick I'm going to show you. That's all there is. And that also goes over the 1 chord, the D, and then when we hit the next bend, on G7. Let's check it out. I'm going to play with the band. And this track's in D. You can hear what it sounds like. The progression here, the loop basically is just 1, 4, 1, 1. That's the first 4 bars of a slow blues or a medium, what we call a fast slow blues. Very ironic name. It's in the key of D, and it has what you call a quick change, which means it goes to the 4 on bar 2. So that's what we're going to play the lick over, and I'm going to play it down for you a few times and see if I can show you how it's supposed to sound.
That's all for this session. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell for more lessons in the future. Make sure you check out the other lessons on our channel, and don't forget to head over to TrueFire.com for the full experience. We have synchronized tabs, jam tracks, and a massive library of courses covering all topics a guitarist could ever want to learn. Until next time.